Ricky, Dorothy versus Alice.
Oh dear. Well, I don't think we're in G rating anymore, Toto. Oh!
Very nice, very nice. Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Jordy, I am your father.
Oh, so you're a black guy?
No. Where on earth would you get an idea like that?
Ash
Pikachu, I choose you!
versus Ash. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have it. Versus battles are everywhere now. At least, in terms of talking about movies. Granted, there were certainly a few in the old days with monster films, but for years, even when audiences demanded a crossover, it almost never happened. But nowadays, producers are finally waking up and using their copyrights wiser. Well, for the most part. And getting versus battles we always wanted to see. Even if sometimes we wish we didn't see them. So this Nostalgia Ween, I'm trying to see if I can cash in on the next big fad. Oh, suck it up!
Pokemon Go, fuckers.
If you're wondering where a lot of this started in recent years, you can make the very real argument that it was possibly Freddy vs. Jason. Like many franchises, these started off from groundbreaking starts and deteriorated to ground-burying corpses. Or, in this case, the same thing. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street were horror classics of the 80s that were given so many sequels they became literally comical. I'm still shocked the poster for Jason Takes Manhattan doesn't look like this. They got so silly and crowd pandering that audiences demanded the ultimate crowd pandering. After that too. Christ, these movies, it was bringing them together. After years of begging, they finally made it happen. And who better to take charge of these two classic monsters than the director of Chucky's Comeback with a question mark, and of course the warm-up Bad Last Airbender movie. Let's wrap up Nostalgia Ween with one of the biggest horror crossovers ever! Good guess. Freddy vs. Jason. It opens with Freddy Krueger remembering the good old days of the bad old days.
The Springwood Slasher. That's what they called me.
I remember also looking 20 years younger, but my memory's weird that way.
The parents burn him alive after the justice system lets him go, and he talks to the audience about what became of him.
When I was alive, I might have been a little naughty, but after they killed me, I became something much, much worse.
Sequels. Weird. Power Glove promoting sequels.
But he brings up that somehow people have forgotten about him, and he can't exist if people aren't afraid.
Being dead wasn't a problem, but being forgotten, now that's a bitch!
I've become Basic Instinct 2. Yeah, that was the thing. You didn't even know that!
So he uses what's left of his power to bring Jason back to make people remember him, as we're given this pretty classic horror film setup.
Is that you?
Okay, now this is something I want introduced to the younger viewers in the audience. This is what they used to call a rated R film. I know you think the most extreme films go up to PG-13, but there was a day when movies went up to R. They were called the non-pussy years, which ironically had a lot more pussy. Once in a while there are films that dare to venture into that realm, but as long as Hollywood thinks 13 is the only demographic that exists, they all but whisper. This Elizabeth Banks prototype is of course attacked by the resurrected Jason, causing her to hide. Oh, thank God, I thought this tree was a person. I'm pretty dumb. But it turns out it's just a dream by Krueger, who looks like his mother, who convinces Jason to kill the kids on Elm Street.
The children have been very bad on Elm Street. Make them remember what fear tastes like!
But wait, shouldn't I be on a space station in the future? And should you be aware that you're a fictional character in a movie?
Quiet or I'll tell the guy who did The Last Witch Hunter to give you another reboot.
They're really doing that?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
We then cut to a house in 2003 where these characters are inside, playing Fuck, Marry, Kill with the Three Stooges. Clearly someone understands the female teenage mind here.
Which one had the super bad toupee here? This is stupid, y'all. Come on! Is this what we're doing all night? Cause y'all, this is really stank.
Let me guess. She sounds like that throughout the entire movie?
Drop kick your ass. Purple dogs that keeps humping
This big old. Come on, get real. Let's go shake our ass to the dance floor.
And who wrote this film again? You know, white people, can we just not white people today? It's exhausting sometimes. I need a break from us. Maybe some of this forced exposition will help balance things out.
No one's ever gonna live up to the fuzzy memory of your first love, Lori. You were fucking 14.
Yeah, I know we were young, but what Will and I had was real.
Didn't Mr. Real just drop kick your ass without so much as a goodbye handshake?
Christ, why don't you just pause it and show her stats like a video game character? It's much easier to take than the natural human dialogue.
I mean, Lori, you've barely gone out
Since what? Since my mom died?
Or since I realized that represents my broken family character arc. Did I randomly mention I majored in spraying gas barrels and lighting torches? I hope that in no way plays into anything. So while they all try to figure out which Nickelodeon TV movie they're dressed for, two of them take their sescapades upstairs, where Jason is waiting. Okay, I'll give this movie credit. Murder by bed sandwich is not something I see very often. Quick, let's go out in the rain where our clothes can get tighter.
You kids need some assistance?
The cops think it's more than a coincidence that a murder happened at this house on Elm Street, but they know even saying Krueger's name can give him more power.
It's gotta be Freddy Krueger.
Hey, don't even say that son of a bitch's name out loud.
We just took care of our Beetlejuice, Voldemort, and Candyman problem. When will people learn names are bad? They question Lori at the station while the boy hitting on her swears revenge on whoever killed his friend.
I'm gonna take him out myself, Trey. Swear to God.
But the deep-fried Sandman comes in to make things worse.
Okay, I'm alright.
Well, that was a natural thing to say.
Okay, I'm alright.
I just thought I'd calmly alert the audience of that. I'm okay. I'm alright. Freddy seems to catch the same talking to the crowd virus.
Not strong enough yet. Well, I will be soon enough.
That effect did look pretty lame. I think Link's pixelated shadow would have gotten a bigger scare than that.
Well, excuse me, princess.
But Jason finishes what he started as he cuts off his dad's head so smoothly that it hops off his neck when lightly touched. Christ, I think Barbie's plastic head is harder to take off. But I swear to God I was gonna take out the killer. Never mind. Talk of the murders reach a mental institution on the acronyms attempting to be clever news, where Lori's old boyfriend Will, played by Jason Ritter, watches in horror.
Come on, turn it back on, man! I never asked for anything, just turn on the fucking TV, please!
Grunkle Stan is on another killing spree! It's okay, I got a ton of them in my Dipper joke book. Will and his friend break out of the institution, though, to warn Lori and prove they're not crazy. In the most crazy way possible.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Cause that's when he comes for you. In your dreams. He came back. Back for revenge in our nightmares.
Hi, Mark, by the way. I'm a friend of Will's. Real sweet guy. You're gonna die! Will finally shows himself by peering on the other side of the hallway. Guess Mark was his opening act? But she passes out, resulting in her recovering in the nurse's office, where I guess friends can wait.
Got your nose! That's some shitty CGI!
Oh, thank God, I just dreamed our effects were that bad. So Will and Mark go to see what they can figure out about Krueger, but it looks like all the information is not available. Or actually it is, they just literally black it all out. That wouldn't cause any suspicion. Excuse me, I noticed everything in this history book about World War II was blacked out.
Well, that's because it didn't happen.
Oh, okay, I totally accept that. But what about this part where Osama bin Laden is crossed out in crayon and the World Trade Center is put back where it was?
Oh, that also didn't happen.
Got it. Oh, I'm learning a lot today. Oh, what about this guy and his VP claiming they didn't say all these famously recorded things? You didn't black that out.
Oh, we don't have to. People just believe that one for some reason.
Oh, he did sacrifice a lot. He did. But Will, strangely enough, has a hard time believing all this.
They never told us about Freddy because that's how they decided to beat him. They locked up all the kids who've made contact with him so they wouldn't infect the others. That's crazy.
That's why I broke out, to warn Lori about this crazy thing I don't believe in. What am I doing again? Insert early 2000 blurry cam filmmakers thought would be cool. Whoa, how come I can't focus on anything? Avant-garde! As everyone partakes in a cornfield rave. Thing? Man, this party's awesome! I especially love the crucifying kids over there! Meanwhile, one of the nerdy kids tries hitting on Lori, but Kia tells him to buzz off.
You tear me down to make yourself feel better because you really hate yourself, which is kind of pathetic when you actually stop and think about it, assuming, of course, you can think.
Well, I don't know about you, but that drew me closer to him.
Come on, who's this? Come on, Lenderman, let's go.
I really dug all that stuff about you saying I'm pathetic. You really know all the lines. Will finds Lori, though, and approaches her. They seem, though, to have a hard time figuring out what's going on.
Police have been acting really weird, like they know something, and...
Where was your dad?
What is going on, Will?
Well, look, 4 years ago, I thought I...
Oh, enough with this bullshit talk. Let's go shake our ass to the dance floor. Come on.
Oh, yeah, screw murder, man, dance! It's all about the dancing! Haven't you learned that getting our priorities straight has never been a priority? So Freddy tries to go after a passed out girl in her dreams. Funny, because being drunk stops REM sleep. But Jason kills her in the real world before he can get to her.
She's mine! Mine! Mine!
It's like an intern eating the last donut at work. Rude!
Some other teens see Jason and light him on fire, but that just makes him mad. I got nothing to say. This is awesome. The teens escape just in time for Will to reveal a big secret.
The reason I was sent to Weston is because I saw your dad kill your mom.
Will, my mom died in a car accident.
She stabbed herself repeatedly while driving. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. He talks about how he sees her get stabbed several times, yet the official cause is car accident. How does anyone believe these half-assed cover-ups? Sylvester Hiccup and Yellow Feathers would have a better cover-up than you!
You can't trust him, Maury. Whatever you do, don't go home with him. See, you didn't understand. You still don't. You were confused.
Stop it! Both of you, stop it!
Both of us are being choked! What am I supposed to stop, breathing? Lori finds out that what Will said might, and by might I mean obviously, be true, as Mark starts to be messed with by Freddy. Yeah, I wonder what's coming. No kidding. I thought you really wanted us to focus on the medicine in that cabinet. Way to catch us off guard. He shows him his dead brother who committed suicide and... Wait a minute. Is that the bully from Christmas Story?
But now he just won't stop.
Holy smokes, it is! It is the bully from Christmas Story!
Somebody please wake me up!
Okay, clearly the dialogue mocking him has to be this.
What, are you gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry!
You don't need any effects, his yellow eyes are enough. In case you're wondering, by the way, we're an hour into this hour-and-a-half movie of Freddy vs. Jason. Notice anything missing? Freddy vs. Jason! There's none of it! It's like playing a fighting game, except for 2/3 of the match you're watching Dawson's Creek for some reason. It makes no sense! You know what, I need a break from this bullshit. I'm gonna continue to find a more horrifying team-up. Okay, Joker vs. Joker.
Wanna know how I got these scars? I can't wait to show you my toys.
Oh, well, that was easy.
The Ring Girl versus the Grudge Girl.
Get her, Stitch!
Look at the actress, you'll get it. Devil Boner versus Santa Christ. Devil Boner versus Chester.
Delighted to meet you, sir.
Devil Boner versus Devil's Food Cake. Devil Boner versus Hyper Fangirl.
I cannot see! I'm blinded by such beauty!
I love you, Sugar Cube!
I love you, Spiky Chain!
Hey, you're supposed to be fighting!
Put that down as a draw.
Yeah, kiss me right there, kiss me right there! Oh, no, not right there! Up, 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 there you go! Ah, you guys are good! Ah, yeah,